Right after the Karnataka government announced a 15% steep hike in bus fares across the state that will come into effect from the 5th of January onwards, now a delegation from the Andhra Pradesh ministers met Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah as part of studying the successful implementation of the popular schemes, especially the Shakti scheme of free bus travel for women. TDP government is also planning to introduce a similar bus travel scheme for women as promised by the party in the manifesto last year. Now, this visit has sparked off a massive political debate, with the India bloc alleging that the NDA partners were copying the schemes of the opposition rule states. Meanwhile, TDP says that it was in their poll promise and the delegation went to Karnataka for a better understanding of the scheme. Listen in.
Majority are liars. A bunch of people, liars, they joined in BJP. See, how many lakh crores they have waved off for big peoples. But they are not for poor. They are not for women. Anti-women. BJP people are anti-women. They don't want to give any facilities for particularly ladies. Manuvadis.
One of the major ones, free travel for women, one of the Super 6 schemes that we have announced before the elections. A cabinet subcommittee has been formed, led by the Transport Minister Sri Prashanth Reddy Garu, and the cabinet subcommittee members being the Home Minister Srimati Anita Garu and Women and Child Welfare Minister Sandhya Rani Garu. All the three of them have visited the Karnataka state. How the scheme is running in the state of Karnataka, and what are the pros and cons of the scheme? How are we going to execute it perfectly without any flaws in the state of Andhra Pradesh?
If it is part of NDA campaign, of poll for that matter, then Andhra Pradesh government should implement it. And government has been there for a considerable amount of time in Andhra Pradesh, led by Chandrababu Naidu. He should have implemented by now. If it had not been done, he should do it immediately, because it's an NDA promise. It's a part of NDA.
We introduce our guests. Let's get in a word from Somit and Imran, who are joining us live right now. Somit, what exactly prompted such kind of a visit by the cabinet subcommittee that has been formed, including the top ministers there? And we know when it comes to the alliance formations, their ideology and who exactly are they partnered with is completely different. What exactly that they wanted to learn or study from the scheme in Karnataka?
Well, road transport minister and also home minister, and actually this this decision was taken by the Andhra government after they have given, because BJP, TDP and Janasena, they have given the launch Super 6 manifesto before the polls, and this is one of the Super 6 schemes, free transport for women across Andhra Pradesh for all the women, and they didn't implement it because they were implementing the other schemes. So to study this scheme, because it was for the first time launched in the Karnataka, and because the government has seen huge success there in the Karnataka, then later it was also implemented in Telangana, it was promised in Andhra Pradesh. So a cabinet subcommittee was formed, which was actually led by the chief minister initially, the cabinet meeting, and then later a subcommittee was formed, and three ministers and the other others, they have visited the Karnataka, and still the tour is going on. Right. Yesterday they have met Chief Minister of Karnataka and also Transport Minister there, and they are going to submit a detailed report to the cabinet, and then after that by Sankranti or Ugadi, the New Year, Telugu New Year, by then this scheme will be launched in Andhra Pradesh, is what we are given to understand from the top government sources.
All right, let's get in a word from Imran as well. As far as when it comes to a successful running of any scheme that is now announced, Imran, there is money, there is funds that is needed. And looking at the current situation where BJP has been pointing out when it comes to the financial crisis of the state of Karnataka, only recently a 15% steep hike that has been announced for bus fares.
Well, absolutely. In fact, this is what the Congress minister was hinting out. But the BJP criticizes them, saying that they are for the freebies. However, their own ally has come down to study the scheme in Karnataka. In fact, a delegation of the Home Minister, Transport Minister, and also Women and Child Development Minister from Andhra Pradesh had come to study the schemes over where the BJP is criticizing state government for the free bus schemes, and the impact of it is that 15% hike has been done on the passengers, and that is being a burden on the common man. So the Congress is pointing out one level, BJP is attacking them. Their own ally is coming to study the scheme here in Karnataka.
All right, let's introduce GS Prashanth, spokesperson from the BJP, joining in. Dr. Nikul Patel also joining in from the Congress party. Good afternoon to both of you. Mr. Prashanth, your ally, your partner, as we are looking at within the NDA, forms a cabinet subcommittee. The leaders, the ministers travel to Karnataka, meet with the chief minister, and they seem to be inspired with the Shakti scheme on providing free bus travel to women. What is that needs to be inspired by your own alliance partner to be undertaking that same scheme to be implemented in the state of Andhra Pradesh? What's your take?
See, firstly, it's not that they're wanting to implement the scheme on an as-is various basis. The delegation has come, met the Karnataka government officials, including the ministers there, to find out the modalities of the scheme and how they have implemented it. And any scheme for the poor, BJP always stands by it. But the problem in Karnataka is due to financial mismanagement and increase in prices, the real impact is not being felt, because on one hand, you're offering free bus rides to men, but increasing the price by 15%. And all the essential commodity prices have gone up in the last 18 months. So therefore, people of Karnataka are feeling the pinch because of the increase in prices, increase in taxes. Whereas any prudent state government, when it wants to offer welfare measures to its citizens, has to do a thorough study, the pros and cons, and also wherever the schemes, if they failed in other states on any aspect, they have to probably correct it to ensure that the welfare measures given to the poor and needy are well taken care of.
So you're saying, as far as when it comes to the misgivings of the scheme in Karnataka, the way it has been implemented and what led to the other price hikes in different amenities as well, is something that the Andhra Pradesh government on its own will study, will better it, and thereafter will think about implementing it. Dr. Nikul Patel?
Because that is how the...
Yes, let me get in a word, let me get in a counter from the Congress party as well, because I believe that this time it would be something of pride for you in the Karnataka Congress Sarkara, because they believe, as far as the ND alliance partner is concerned, and that too a major one, their cabinet subcommittee leaders are coming, they visited the chief minister, and now they are hoping to implement a similar scheme in Andhra Pradesh as well. But the bus fare hike, Dr. Patel, how would you justify that?
See, firstly, definitely, we welcome the government of Andhra Pradesh to look into what we are providing to the people of Karnataka by providing not as freebies. I would like to quote as it's not a freebies, it's the right of the people to provide basic infrastructure facilities, basic amenities, basic things. Secondly, now the Bharatiya Janata Party has a question that whether if suppose Andhra government implements that policy, whether they will support or they will criticize. That is the first part. Second part, regarding the budget and everything, I think if you see when Manrega was launched by UPA 2, Bharatiya Janata Party was the party who used to oppose it, say that from where the fund will come, who will manage it. But see how successfully it was implemented, and then it was appreciated by the United Nations. It's the world's biggest employment scheme which had ever been put into practice. So we as a government, or we as a Congress, always try to be... But
even when it comes to free schemes or welfare schemes to be announced, Dr. Patel, that comes at a cost. And at what cost exactly that we are looking at when it comes to the basic amenities and their prices are concerned that are raised by the state government to cover when it comes to the funds to be provided for these free welfare schemes? Let's talk about the Karnataka Agriculture Minister, because he has now raised